And we're back. And so is Steven Whitaker. He's back to talk with us about the John 3:16 mission. Good to have you back, buddy.
Thanks for having us back.
Well, what's going on over there?
Well, it's a busy time. We got, homelessness is a hot topic in Tulsa right now. And then the SNAP situation and food insecurity is a big issue that we're facing right now. So family side, homelessness side, both really busy, unfortunately.
You know, my wife and I've talked about this before, but we have gone out and taken pictures of the homeless situation.
Yep.
And it's a heartbreaker.
Right.
By any stretch of the imagination. I don't care what you say, I don't care your political or religious beliefs, it is a problem.
Right.
And it's not just here, it's all across the United States.
That's right.
I don't see any solution on the horizon, do you?
Well, we're working hard on it. We're doing recovery. We're all in on recovery at John 3:16 mission. So we're really dedicated to giving people a pathway back. But they have to choose that pathway, and they have to do the work. And we didn't get to this spot overnight, and we're not going to get out of it overnight. And so it takes a lot of resolve on their behalf, and sometimes they're not willing to make that call, and that's why we see sweeps going on, which are the way we decommission encampments.
Sure.
And that's tough when you're out moving people and their belongings. So there's a right way to do all that, and then you need to have a destination for folks when you're going to do that. And so we're working together to make sure those that are needed to be moved along are done in a dignified way and done with a plan going forward.
And you guys are fighting two battles, really. You're fighting the battle to bring the folks in and help them.
Right.
But you're also fighting a criminal element out there that is relentless.
Right.
These folks would sell a tab to a dog if they could get them to buy it.
Yes. I've gotten to where I use the analogy of a silent majority we talk about in politics, where you have the big number of folks are just out of the way, out of sight, not visible. That same thing applies to homelessness. So we have these mini cartels on street corners and encampments adjacent to that spot that are doing some pretty rough things and are not doing any justice by anyone, and they're giving homelessness a bad name. But the vast majority of folks that are homeless are not visible. They're out trying to do right. They're with us or with others doing similar things and trying to get their life back together.
It's I'm sure you hear all kinds of stories when you work with folks because they need somebody to unload on.
Right.
And some of the stories will break your heart.
Right.
There are those who are hardcore, who don't want help.
Yeah.
Do you ever get many of those?
We've had it all, and we've had people at different, different positions in the progression of the decision that they want to get help. But we try to make sure there's a spot at the table for everyone, that they have a place where they can be heard and they can be seen, and we can meet them at the point of their need. And that need is not always physical. It can be mental, it can be emotional, it can be spiritual, and we try to meet all those needs, address the whole person, and give them a pathway back to being reconciled with their family, reconciled with the law, housed, working. That's what we believe is the pathway back to making this go away.
And some of them have been on the streets for quite a while others, this is a whole new ballgame to them.
That's right. There's all the above and all these spots, and you never know what you're going to encounter. So we have to do it with folks that are qualified to do it safely. Make sure that we're, going out and doing it in a dignified way, but doing the hard work that it requires to get people restored.
Do you ever run into a situation where there's just no way?
I think there's some good news on that arena. That there are those that are severely substance abuse addicted or that are severely mentally ill. And I just saw an article this morning that one of our friends over at the Day Center for the Homeless in Tulsa posted on their blue team on their outreaches are especially geared towards recognizing folks that are out there that can't even see that they're sick. They can't even see that they need help. And they have a best practices and an approach and a strategy for helping those people get help, even if they don't recognize that they need help. And that's what it's going to take to meet the need for everyone.
Do you have and I'm assuming you do you have a good working relationship with other similar organizations in town?
We have to. The old days of kind of building up these little kingdoms around doing the same work, we don't have enough resources to be duplicating efforts. We don't have enough time to be building up little K kingdoms. We need to all be working together, and we still have a tall task in front of us as we're doing that.
And is it a 9-to-5 job?
It's well beyond that. We run 3 shifts all the hours of the day at John 3:16, as do all of our partners, to make sure that people have a place to come get warm as it's getting cold, make sure they have a place at the table to come eat when they want to eat. And that is the pathway, the first step down the pathway towards getting restored and recovered.
I would venture that you folks have really got to keep an eye on the weather.
We do. And we try to get word out, as do all of our partners, when we've got a little cold snap coming up, first below freezing temperatures coming up this weekend or in the next few days. And so we're out now making sure people know, hey, it's getting cold, come inside. And those that don't normally come in, like it happened during Operation Safe with the governor, wasn't great, but we had people came in that, that might be their first step towards going into recovery and getting back into housing and working again and being with their family.
It's going to be heartwarming too when you encounter a homeless man or woman who say, look, I'm trying to claw my way back.
Yes.
I didn't mean to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't like this.
Yep.
How do I get back?
Yep.
So you're in a good position, aren't you?
Yes, that's a rewarding part of what we do. And there's a lot more of those stories, I think, than what we focus on in the narrative, particularly in Tulsa right now. The compassion fatigue is growing stronger in Tulsa, so they need to hear stories like you're talking about, where there's men and women that are fighting for their life back. They're fighting for their life, and they recognize it, and they're doing the work, and they're doing well. So there's success. But we have a lot of work to do. We need to be patient. We need to stay at the plow and get the work done.
Stephen, thank you.
Always.
For what you're doing, and thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
Very grateful. And down the road again, I'm going to bring you back.
Let's do it. Thank you, Sam.
Okay, you're the man. That's it for this edition of Perspectives, and we'll see you back here next time.